Hi guys, it's Mr. Gonzalez again, here with Lesson 10, 2-4 Time Signatures. The main objective of this lesson is to be able to identify 2-4 time signatures and understand how that affects our measures. Let's get going. In 2-4 time, the top 2 means there are 2 beats per measure, and the bottom 4 means the quarter note gets 1 beat. The same as 4-4 time, the top number is always how many beats, the bottom number is always which note gets the beat. In 2-4 time and 4-4 time, both have 4 as the bottom number, meaning a quarter note receives 1 beat. The difference is that 2-4 time has 2 beats per measure, while 4-4 time has 4. In 2-4 time, quarter notes get 1 beat, and quarter rests get 1 beat. Half notes get 2 beats, and instead of using a half rest, we use a whole rest to indicate a full measure of rest. A whole rest is used for a full measure of rest, even if there are only 2 beats in each measure. In writing music, a half rest and a whole note are never used in 2-4 time. Let's take a look at some exercises. For our first exercise, we are going to circle the measure with the incorrect number of beats. Let's get started. So we are in 2-4 time. That means 2 beats per measure. So let's count each measure to make sure there are only 2 beats. Here we have 1 beat and 1 beat. 2 beats. We're good. Here we have 1 beat from the quarter rest and then 2 beats from the half note. So this measure has 3 beats. This measure is incorrect. Next, we see a whole rest, and if you remember, in 2-4 time, we use a whole rest to indicate a full measure of rest. So this measure is okay. Here, we have a half note, 2 beats. Perfect, exactly what we need. In this measure, we see 1, 2, 3. 3 beats, so this measure is incorrect. If we come over to our last measure, we see 1, 2, 3. Ooh, too many beats, so this measure is also incorrect. For our next example, we are going to draw bar lines in the correct places. I have already drawn a double bar line at the end for us. Let's go. Since we are in 2-4 time, all we have to do is count 2 beats and then add our bar lines. Let's go. So beat 1 and beat 2. We can add a bar line right here. Let's look for another 2 beats. Beat 1 and beat 2. Awesome. Bar line right here. 2 more beats. Here we come. Beat 1, beat 2. Awesome. Bar line. Since we have a half note, we already have 2 beats, so we can add our bar line right here. 2 more beats now. Beat 1 and beat 2. Bar line. Let's look for our next 2 beats. Here we go. 1 and 2. Bar line. Again, we have a half note. Since it's 2 beats by itself, right here, bar line. And then last, we have a whole note to indicate a full measure of rest, so this is fine on its own. For our last example, we are going to write the 4-4 time music line in 2-4 time on the staff below. Let's get going. This is a pretty simple job. All we have to do is count every 2 beats and then transfer whatever notes they are down here to the 2-4 time area. Our first 2 measures are done for us. These first 2 beats are both G's, so we just copy them down. Our next 2 beats are 2 A's, so all we have to do is copy them down. Next, we see a half note. Since a half note equals 2 beats on its own, we can just add the half note by itself. Then, our next 2 beats, another half note. This time, it's a B. Make sure your stems are going in the correct direction. Coming over here, we see 2 beats, and they're both quarter note G's. So, we add them. Again, 2 quarter note A's. So this is just like the beginning. Alright, beat 1 and beat 2. So we have a D and a B. And for our last note, we have a half note, G. Since that's 2 beats, it gets its own measure. And now you have copied this 4/4 time signature line of music into 2/4 time. And that's it for today's lesson, guys. I hope you feel more confident in your ability to identify 2/4 time signatures and understand what that does to the music around it. For our next lesson, we will be looking at 3/4 time signatures.